Raskin.
Thank you. Yeah. How's everyone doing? Everyone doing good? Good. Oh, let's have a seat. Well, are you excited about those announcements for the bonus? RVP, existing IBOs, new IBOs, you do it in 2015 and you get 1 million pesos. Wow. 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 You know what I got when I went RVP? Nothing. I got the position, I got the pay, which was great. I want to talk to all of you about how excited I am to be here. I've traveled the world of ACN over 21 years. Company's 22 years old, and I've been with them most of their existence. And when I saw ACN back in early first quarter of 1994, our company didn't look like this, I'll tell you that. It was a startup company, no one making any money, no revenue. And I just had a feeling about these four great men that created this company. I was very, very excited about being part of this, and what if they were right? What if everything they said was correct? And I could be perfectly positioned with a great company, and I had the ability to grow this company from the very beginning. Now, I'll tell you, there's problems with startups, obviously. If you do your job and the company doesn't do their job, that's a problem, wouldn't you say? But once in a while, you'll be able to be fortunate enough to be with a company that does not just what they say they're going to do, but over-delivers. And over the past 21 years, I've had a front row seat in watching lives change in 24 countries, spanning 4 continents. It's been an amazing journey to be part of. And now I really believe that the greatest moment in ACN is 2015, in the greatest part of the world that will experience the greatest growth is Mexico and the people in this room. But I want to give you something, because I'm going to talk to you about how to get off to a great start. I want to give you something that's intrinsic, that you have to become aware of, something that is your internal characteristics that have to rise up when you come in touch with greatness. When you have a defining moment in your life, and sometimes when you're in the right place at the right time, you don't know you are when you're there. But I have to express to you how I feel about you in this room and what we can do for our fellow man in Mexico. I truly believe that this country needs ACN. I truly believe that if people are averaging 8,000 pesos a month, 10,000 pesos a month, people are actually having to feed a family of 4 or more on 10,000 peso a month. For the very reason why people in this room maybe don't start ACN and get a bundle because they say, I don't have the money. Another person with greater vision will say, I don't have the money, and that's the very reason why I need a bundle. So I can not only use it, but I can sample it and retail it and get my family where it needs to be. I'm here to tell you folks that your vision for what you're doing is critically important in where you end up. When I got started, it wasn't up for debate. I was in a crisis back in 1994 where I had no cash flow. How many people can feel me? Can you understand no cash flow? I had more money going out than coming in. I was upside down in debt. How many people understand what that's like? And you don't want to go there again, and I don't recommend it. But I have to tell you, when I saw ACN, there was something inside of me that said, do this thing. It was a voice. And sometimes you say, well, was it audible? Could you actually hear the voice? No. But it was that feeling that I had in the pit of my stomach that I didn't get often in life. And there was no evidence to support that voice. There was no evidence that no one was making any money. There was no revenue. But I had this feeling that this was the one. Today, we are in Mexico. Today, ACN has not only brought revolutionary, groundbreaking, scientifically advanced products to this country, but for anybody that starts with a business bundle, we're giving you the product at our cost. We want you to make the money. ACN makes no money on the bundles at all. The only money that we make is when people reuse the product and they get on auto ship, and the next month and the next month. We will have a model to make money there. Obviously, we're in business to make money. But we're giving bundles away to where the company makes no profit. Why? Because we feel your pain. We understand the situation and the demographics here in Mexico. But if I were sitting in this room and I needed my life to change drastically, as so many of you may need to have your life change, I would be absolutely non-negotiable on what I would do with this deal, on what I would have to do in order to make money. It's non-negotiable. It's not up for debate what I need to do for my family. If I know that my situation needs to change, and I come across somebody that is a friend, right, and he can't believe that I'm doing ACN or something like this, let me tell you what I know about that friend. Let me tell you what I know about your friends. They don't know the conversations that you have with your spouse. They don't know the conversations that you have with your kids about giving them a better life. No, but they got something negative to say, right? I'm here to tell you, if your friends and anybody you come in contact with don't have an encouraging thing to say, then their opinion doesn't matter. And here's something else I want to tell you. Most of the people whose opinions that come our way about our goals and our dreams, whether it be a 90-day challenge or whether it be to earn 100,000 peso, 1 million peso a month, and if it's not an encouraging voice, well, then that doesn't count. And you'll find out that the people that give you negativity, they've never made a goal for their life. But they have an opinion on your goal in your life. How many people know what I'm talking about? These people don't count. They don't matter to me. And they shouldn't matter to you. Here's another thing I want you to know about how you need to go about this business. You need to believe in this company that we are here to stay. We have spent $10 million to open up Mexico. And we'll be here 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, with you or without you. You need to believe that we have an epidemic here in Mexico. See, I'm talking about the word belief. You need to believe that you can make a difference. How many people in here want to be an impact player, want to make a difference in people's lives? And the way that you advance your life here in ACN is to help other people live better lives. What a wonderful reason, what a worthy endeavor in making a living. And there's some people in here that, have, a lot of education underneath their belt. But what has that done for you? It hasn't done for you today what it used to give you 10, 20 years ago. Isn't that true? Because there's too many people that are qualified and too few good jobs. Here's what I've discovered about people with hearts. A formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. So I'm here to tell you folks, you have the ability to believe in yourself greater than you ever have in the past, because this company has given you a shot to win big. I mean, so big, your life will dramatically change to the point where someone won't even recognize who you are 2-3 years from now, if in fact you engage and follow our instructions today. So I don't know about you, but I have a fanatical belief. I'm a fanatic. Now that word sometimes gets thrown out of context, but I am fanatical. You know what I'm fanatical about, folks? Can I tell you? I'm fanatical about my kids. How many people are parents in here? Can I see your hands? How many people are parents? Let me ask you a question. Do you love your kids? How do you want them to grow up? Do you want them to grow up better than you did? Do you want to provide for them and give them all that you can possibly give them? And now here's a company that's saying that if I do what I should normally do in going about how to do this business, use the product, be the product, be a product ambassador, talk to everybody that I possibly can, everywhere I go, every waking moment. If I can just do that, it's a very simple business. I don't need to know anything other than using the products and talking about the products. How many people like it's that simple? How many people like that? I love that. So the only way for me to get what I want here in ACN is to be absolutely non-negotiable about how I go about this, and believe that the reason why I am doing this is greater than me. When you do something that's greater than yourself, folks, and you're doing it for your family, you're doing it for your kids. There's some of you that you know, you come from a very impoverished background, maybe. Some of you in this room, or you know a lot of people that do. And all of a sudden you show up in their life and you bring them hope. Now, hope is not a strategy, but it's certainly something that will open our heart, right? It'll open our heart to see the possibilities of what can be. And so with the right kind of attitude, with the right kind of belief in what you're pursuing, you got to have the irrevocable commitment to follow through on what you started. Finish what you start. There's some of you in here that have not got off to the kind of start that you wanted. Isn't that true? But my mentor a long time ago, he says, it isn't how you start, it's how you finish. And if you finish well, you live well. This irrevocable commitment means you're not going to back up. You're not going to let up. You're not going to retreat. There is no escape hatch. You are going to do this until. That means that you are going to finish this race. And the good news, it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. And it just simply means one step in front of the other. Here's the beautiful thing. It's your job to improve. The largest room in the world is the room for improvement. You can all get better. Can we all get better? Yes or no? Can we all become more effective? Yes or no? Absolutely. Look, when I started this industry, I saw people making 6 figures a month, multiple 6 figures a month back in the 80s. That's a lot of money today, and man, was it a lot of money back in the 80s. Yes or no? And I don't know how you think about that kind of money, but I saw truck drivers making it. I saw mattress salesmen make it. I saw waiters making it. I saw teachers, regular teachers in elementary schools and high schools becoming millionaires in this industry of network marketing. And I didn't understand. How could someone make so much money in a business that they have no business being in? And then I understood. People came into their life. People gave them a thought that was an elevated thought. And all of a sudden, they spoke to their spirit. And it hit them the right way. And they started thinking about it. And they started dreaming about it. And then it started manifesting on the inside. It had a life. It started growing on the inside. And because it started growing on the inside, eventually they saw it on the outside. And I'm here to tell you folks, until you internalize this business, not much is going to happen. Until your why of you doing this far exceeds, right, the money, then you're not going to do much doing this. There's got to be a greater reason than the money. Wouldn't you agree? It's what the money will do for you as an instrument, as a tool. Yes or no? So we got to commit. We got to commit. And here's what I like to say. Your commitment needs to be, you do this moment to moment every single day. That doesn't mean that you do it 2 hours a day between 4 and 6. No, it's either you're in ACN or you're not in ACN. It means if you're working your job and you have somebody that says, I need to get in shape, are you listening to that a little differently today? I need to make more money. Are you listening to that a little bit different today? See, there was an ACN moment. Now, you had no plans of working ACN, but all because something in your radar picked up an opportunity for you to share this business, bam, you were game on. Does that make sense, everybody? So it's ACN moment to moment. It's got to become part of the fabric of who you are. I didn't have an off button. When I started ACN, I needed this to work so bad. I worked it for a year and a half, as hard as a person possibly could work it. 9 days a week and 40 days a month. Now that's a little humorous, but that means I don't remember not working it. But what happened in the 18 months, and a lot of the people that I work with in the beginning of my career and in their career, because we worked it from morning to evening and repeated it morning to evening, or moment to moment, moment to moment, moment to moment, unbelievable things started to happen. And what we set in motion in the first 18 months still pays today. Momentum, folks. When momentum hits your life, it's amazing what it can do for you. So I have to make sure that you get this, because I can tell you what you need to do in terms of, your looking great and feeling great and living great. But if you don't get your mind right, then none of this matters. Because if it's all about the money, it's got to be more than the money. It's just got to. You got to think about what ACN can do for you, what Anumi can do for you, what Illuminate can do for you, what financial independence and financial freedom can do for you, right? So let me cover some things here for you that will help you. You have to determine your purpose in doing ACN. Yes, we want to look great. I always have wanted to be in the fitness industry, and I came out of the fitness industry. I always had a level of vanity. And what's so great about being here in Mexico is so do you. I mean, did you see the statistics? 75% of all women spend 45 minutes grooming themselves before they leave the house every day. Men spend 30 minutes. That tells me something, right? So, I wanted to look great. I also want to feel great. I have to tell you that I worked real hard in the early days. In 2000, the year 2000, I was stricken with my heart failing on me. In other words, I had a blockage in my heart. And when you are very conscious of your physical wellness and you experience for the first time your own mortality, it will humble you. And I will tell you this, when that happened, I started thinking not about ACN, I started thinking about my kids. I started thinking about my wife. I started thinking about, slowing down and appreciating what I had and stop concentrating on what I lack. And I have to say this to you, I'm telling you this story for one reason, because if it wasn't for me working as hard as I did in the beginning, my family's sustenance, my family's financial well-being would have been damaged. But I had such a huge residual, reoccurring monthly income, I knew my family would be okay. How many people want to guard against family tragedies? How many people want to, if your kids are sick or if your loved ones are sick, you have the financial wherewithal, you have the financial strength to weather any storm that happens because you put yourself in a position to do that. How many people like that? So is it important for us to take care of ourselves? Yes. I looked at the mirror. The mirror didn't look that bad to me, but it was the internal numbers. See, that's what the Anumi line does for us. It helps us regulate a lot of our insulin levels to the point where predisposed diabetes individuals won't have to worry about that. Diabetes is rampant here in the United States and Mexico. Rampant. Obesity is rampant. And we can eradicate this epidemic by being passionate about our why and helping the rest of our country heal itself. Is that important? Yes or no? And so I want to talk to you about, how I see enrolling. And do you mind if I get real personal here? I'm just going to tell you the truth. I mean, anybody that does this, folks, and you're doing it to see if it works, understand this: it works. The question is, will you work it and follow a proven system to help yourself to reach your goals? That's really the issue. So when you sign up and you pay 771 pesos, that gives you the right to be part of ACN, that gives you the right to buy wholesale and sell a product at retail, understand that's just how you start. But it is not going to help you become successful if you don't get product. How many people understand we're in the product business? Yes or no? And so what you have to do is consume your product. If it were me, I'd be taking the Shake It, the Go, the Sync, the Momentum, the Vita Mas. I'd take all of it. Why? Because I am a walking billboard. That's all I am. I'm a billboard. I'm my best advertisement. If I lose 30 pounds and the people that know me the most see me after I've lost the weight, what are they going to say? They're going to, number one, compliment me and say, "What happened to you?" Yes or no? And then there's your opportunity. See, you're the one that's stopping your own success by delaying what you have to do. Look, let me say this to you. Maybe 200, or excuse me, starting with the Business Builder bundle will be difficult. Well, guess what, man? Sacrifice is difficult. Sacrifice is difficult. Sometimes you got to take from over here to put over here when you can't even do it. But in order for you, for that person that doesn't have the money, that says, "Well, I can't get product," as I mentioned earlier, that same person that doesn't have the money, they do it because they don't have an opportunity to afford much. So the very reason somebody says no is the same reason somebody says yes. You got to get this right, folks. You got to be non-negotiable on getting your people started the right way. So when you enroll as an IBO, you got to choose your products you're going to use, and you're going to use them, right, every single day. You're going to take your momentum with you every day. You're going to take your Shake It cup with you every day, and you're going to put it on your desk. You're going to have it all around you. As a matter of fact, here's what I would do. I've been in the product business. It was the first company I was in, was a product-driven business. That's before ACN. I've been in the industry for 27 years full-time. Never had a part-time minute in it. And you had a knockover product to get close to me. I mean, why? Because I knew it would create a conversation. And so you just got to put yourself in a situation to constantly talk about the product. Become your own product ambassador and accept the incredible life challenge. Look, Monday, I was telling a lot of the people, we had leadership meetings, right? Monday, I begin my 90-day transformation, man. And you're going to see me before I start day one, and you're going to see me in 90 days. Now, here's the good news. I know how to get in shape. And I'm going to get in shape. Why? Because I am in this with you. You see, 100% of my time is Mexico. 100%. And so I want to show you what can happen to me in 90 days if you commit. So see, when you fully commit and nothing gets in the way of your commitment, nothing. Look, I got 5 kids. Am I busy? Right or wrong? Am I busy? Look, you're busy. I get it. You're busy. But don't let your busyness stop you from doing what you must do in order to achieve your goals. So create your contact list. Now, let me tell you what I did. The only thing that I did in the beginning was the in-home meeting. I mean, I saw people one-on-one, but the number one tool that I used was the in-home meeting. The in-home meeting was the greatest tool it is today all throughout the world of ACN, not just here in Mexico, right? As a matter of fact, you guys always party. You always buy and sell from one another. This is a country that just loves their family. They love to help each other out. Isn't that true of each other in the room? Absolutely. You know, so when I got started, I know I needed to make a list of everybody that I knew. I knew that the average person knows 1,000 people. I mean, just here's an example. Think of your phone, right? Your phone. You don't even know half the people anymore in your phone, right? When you look inside the contact, who is this, right? But you gotta put a list of 100 people together, and the whole point of that list is to knock people off the list. Don't write them down if you're not going to talk to them. Now, let me explain to you something about the list. You ready to this? The people that are on the list, you look at these names, and let me tell you the conversations you have in your head. They're too busy. They wouldn't be interested in this anyway. They make too much money. I don't want them to know I'm doing something like this. Am I hitting home with anybody here? Yes or no? Let me tell you what I just did. You're just telling yourself a bunch of lies. How many people realize that people that have made money sometimes are going through tough times? And someone that understands, that is very successful financially, they understand the power of timing and positioning in an opportunity. So the very person that you don't think would be interested, knowing that this company is growing Mexico, and it's the first of many countries in Central and South America, that person that says, that you say makes too much money, they're going to say, oh my gosh, you're telling me I can help you facilitate the growth of Central and South America and get healthy at the same time? I'm in. Just don't reply, you are? Don't say that. My point is, folks, you got to talk to every single person on that line. You got to stop lying to yourself. People are not too busy to get healthy. People are not too busy to look better. People are not too busy to live better. And you got to be excited. You got to be passionate about that. So set a date. Here's what I want. Now you want to, just every single person in the seat that's sitting in a seat right now, every single one of you, if you all in the next week had an in-home meeting for 10 people, do you know Mexico would never look back? We'd explode this company. Do you know there's about 900 people in here, maybe 1,000? What's 1,000 times 10? 10,000. If 10,000 people saw this business this week, how many people would see the opportunity? A percentage of them would. How about if everybody the next week that was new did another in-home meeting? You understand what I'm saying? What could happen here? How about if one of you overrode this entire room? How about if somebody in here is going to have an organization bigger than this room? Would that be exciting? Well, how do you think that happens? It happens by being non-negotiable, having a fanatical belief, having an irrevocable commitment, and following a proven system. And getting out there and being your own billboard and transforming your life first and sharing the results with everybody that you can. This is a simple business. Don't overthink it. Set a date for your PBR, for your in-home meeting, and promote training. That's as simple as this gets. So here's number one. Enroll as an IBO. You got to pick a bundle. We're giving the product away. The company makes no money on this, guys. No money at all. I would never say that if it wasn't true. So you pick a bundle. It's $199 or $399 US dollars or $2,650, $5,300 in pesos. And you run with it, whether it be a Lumine or a Numi or a combo package. And you go out there and you start using the product and sharing the product. Become your own product ambassador. Here's what I'm doing when I go home, taking a picture of my fat body. I kind of stuffed myself for the holidays, knowing I'd be doing this transformation. So I want to have a radical transformation, right? But I can't wait to do it. I can't wait to get back and start this. So I can show you, side by side with you, what can happen if you commit. And people are going to say to me, wow, man, you really got in shape. I'm going to say, yep. You know what did it? These people in Mexico put all the pressure on me. Start using the products daily. 30 days, I promise you this. If you use the Anumi line and the Illumine line, look, let me tell you something. I got this issue here. Do you see that? It's called a crown. It's called bald. It's called yuck. There's a lot of you in here that the older you get, man. And by the way, I didn't even know this, that baldness, women experience baldness too. I didn't even know that. But the Chinese herb line that Peter Lamas has put together, the Chinese herbs, shampoo, the conditioner, and the serum, my gosh, I can't begin to tell you. You talk about how excited I am about using these products for the next 6 months regularly just to see what can happen. So can you imagine I'm in the best shape of my life? I got a full head of hair. Larry Raskin, is that you? So I'm excited. So learn about the benefits of the science behind these great pharmaceutical grade products. That's all I can tell you. And it's all in the back office. And continue your transformation for 90 days and sign up to transform your life, looking better, feeling better, and living greater. Okay? So be your own testimonial. There's nothing like people saying, what the heck have you been doing? Wow. Wow. And I will tell you this, folks, we have so many great testimonies on video, so many great testimonies you're going to see. We got, how many people are excited about Peter Lamas being here today and Priscilla Perales? So when you make this list, let me just say to you, you constantly add to the list. You're constantly adding people. Every day you go out there, no one lives in a cave. No one. You know, I would call somebody up and say, hey man, I'm real excited. It's a new year. I want it to be a new me. And I want you to transform yourself like I'm transforming myself. We want to take a 90-day challenge and let's do this thing together. They don't even know that it's a business. Because I'm going to lead with my product. I'm going to lead with, let's change the way we feel about ourselves and the way that we look. Let's do it together. I'm going to partner up with you. Let's do this thing. Meanwhile, that you get together with them and all of a sudden you're sharing them. Here are the products that I'm taking for my transformation. You need to get these too. This is all we do every day is talk about this stuff, right? This is not difficult. It's either you talk to people every day or you don't, everywhere you go. And organize your customer. Look, here's what I used to do. I used to go to people with the path of least resistance. You know, people that will be in the business just because I'm in it, be my customer just because I asked them. Do you have those kind of people? Absolutely, we all do, right? And obviously, people that want to live better because they're money motivated. So there's some people that say, I don't care about the products, I want to make the money. And they're okay. All of them will take. Isn't that right? So very, very important. So here's the quick start goals. Number one, share the products. You want to share the products with, look, is this a difficult goal? 2 people a day. Is it tough? 2 people a day to share the products with. Can we? Absolutely not. And then it says share the opportunity with 2 people a day. Now, how do you share the opportunity? If you retail to recruit, I want you to hear how I say this. Retail to recruit. Share the product to recruit a teammate. So how do you recruit 2 people a day? You do that because of all the people that you have been sharing the product with in the past several weeks. You're following up to make sure that they are taking the product regularly, and you're talking to them about your results, and you're talking to them about, obviously, the business opportunity. And you inaugurate your business with a home party. These are the quick start goals. If you talk to a couple people every day about the product and about the opportunity, and you constantly have in-home meetings, you're going to win big time. Okay, when you do your PBR, first 24, 48 hours, objective is to get customers and business partners, and it's an unbelievable experience to have people, you know, come over to support your grand opening of your business. But prepare ahead. You know that you're going to have a party, have a good time sharing the products, and you prospect and follow up. So what does this mean? You book your party, invite your guests. You got to be excited when you call them. I'm going to give you the language that I use, and you're going to follow up with a phone call. Do a proper invitation from the people on the list, and all you need is the right attitude, persistence, and follow these steps. Number one, we got to be enthusiastic about what you've just found. Man, I found a way that we can make a fortune by looking better and feeling better. You've got to see this for yourself and find out what I've discovered. How many people could use language like that, like it's regular conversation, right? And you're going to get people showing up. You know what a lot of people are upset about? A lot of people are upset about in this room, about people that you invite to your home and they don't show up. So they didn't say no to the product, they didn't say no to the opportunity, they just said no to the way that you invited them. So if you got better at inviting, do you think that you'd have more people be able to say yes or no to the product? Yes, that's your challenge, is to get better at inviting, okay? Now, depending on the influence you have on the person, the direct approach that you know somebody directly, here's what I would say. What are you doing tomorrow, Mark? Hey, Mark, how you doing? What are you doing tomorrow? Nothing. Great. Well, I'm launching an online store featuring breakthrough product lines I'm introducing to Mexico. I'd love you to come over to my house and celebrate my grand opening. Knowing you like I do, this is something I know you'll be interested. Mark, you need to be there. Can anybody say something like that? All of you can. And depending on who they are, right, you're going to be able to get a lot of people showing up at your in-home meeting. Here's the indirect approach, okay? I found out about an incredible business with an exclusive product line in Mexico, and I'm launching an online store Tuesday night. Who do you know that might be interested in earning more money and having a better lifestyle? You know what I would say sometimes to people that would be somebody that would be very financially well off or would be a very successful person? I'd say there's a company that's well established and financially strong opening up in Mexico. There's a lot of money to be made. It's in the wellness and personal care business. I want you to meet some people that are helping a lot of other people become successful here in Mexico City. And that person, some of those words connect to the most successful people that you can talk to. If you use buzzwords, We're using Mexico City as the hub for all of the development here in Mexico. This is the first of many countries, and we're going to take everything that we do here all throughout Central and South America. There's millions of dollars to be made. Now, you can't say that to your aunt. You can't say that to somebody that doesn't, you know, it would not be appropriate to say to, but you can say it to the successful business person that has a high level way of looking at business, okay? So as a host, you should be ready 30 to 45 minutes prior to the start time of the in-home meeting. The DVD and TV are ready, phones off, kids and pets with someone else or putting them away. Mount a beautiful product display with your business builder bundle out the catalogs, brochures, and DVDs. And then it's just party time. I mean, you're going to say, okay, why don't everybody gather around, sit down, just relax, and let's just have fun explaining the product lines. So number one, even if you're still waiting on a few people, make sure you start on time. Don't impose upon people's time. Welcome them with a glass of momentum. I had a lot of people, Robert Stefanowski and Tony Cooper's co-founders, myself. We saw a lot of pretty successful people over the last 3 days, and every single person that we sat with, we offered them momentum. Every one of them liked the product. There's not one person that says, this great tasting product, no one would like to taste something great. They don't say that. Everybody liked the product, and it does exactly what we say it will do, okay? 3, share your host welcome. The most important element of your hosting welcome is to be excited and keep it short. Don't worry about it being perfect. And explain the reason why you're doing the business. Now the DVD, here's what's great about a DVD. As soon as you hit play, it says the same exact thing every time. We can never say the same exact thing once. Isn't that great that if you want to know the language of what to say, if you hit play and rewind, play and rewind, play and rewind, play and rewind, you're eventually going to learn what you need to say. And so then you're going to start the ACN experience. You introduce the Anumi and the Illuminate line. You want to open up the Shake It. You want to make a couple shakes, open up some momentum, open up the jars of the Illuminate line, let people smell them, let them apply it to them to their face, you know, and obviously let them experience the products. The whole business is experiential, right? So share them with your personal testimony. This is the reason why it's so important for you to want to get healthy once and for all, because you are the invitation for people to join your business. You are. If you look great, people want to look great right with you. But if you say you want to get healthy and you want to look great, but you don't look healthy and you don't look great, and who's going to follow you? So this is your moment to really do something about your health and be consistent with it and watch what happens. I guarantee you, in Mexico, the top money earners in Mexico over the next couple of years, they will have transformed themselves physically and mentally, okay? And 8, explain the incredible challenge. I want you to do this with me for the next 90 days. You're gonna feel such a difference after 1 week on the Anumi products. I've never felt as good as I feel right now. So start prospecting the guests. Some guests will be interested in the products and others in the business opportunity, okay? And here's the customer close. So as we're winding down and people have experienced the products, they've listened to the DVD. I know we all want to look better and feel better, so why not let's do it together and get healthy. I want you to take this 90-day challenge with me. I want you to become my first customers today. What products do you want to try out today? Right? You know, and I understand that here in Mexico, when people try out something and they want to buy something, they give a little applause. And that's great. But the bottom line is, don't be afraid. Look, what are you doing? You're helping somebody make a decision to become healthy. And if that's what they want to accuse you of, okay, then attack me then. I care about you guys. You're the first people I brought over. I want to do this with you from a product standpoint, but I really would love to do this with you from a business perspective, okay? and then say, would you like to pay cash, check, or credit card? Look, not only do I want you to be my customer, but this is a great business. I want you to get more information to do this with me. So as you heard in the video, right, you say to them, this is a 21-year-old company, financially strong, expanding in Mexico and Latin America with massive growth worldwide. I want you growing this area with me. And I'm looking for help to help me grow. This is a huge opportunity to earn money. We can set up a meeting to explain the business in detail, and in the meantime, here's a DVD. Take it home with you, and I'll call you tomorrow to get the opinion on the DVD and comment of any of the products that you've tried. And then most important, what's very important, you follow up. There is a fortune in the follow-up, folks. There's a lot of people that leave things hanging out there, and they could have been either customers or they could have been in your business, but you didn't follow up in a timely manner. You've got to follow up in a timely manner. Some will become customers, others will be customers and IBOs, and you're going to have IBOs, you're going to have customers, and you're going to obviously provide information for them to move forward, okay? And don't stop on this step. Constantly follow up every week or couple weeks. And last but not least, promote for training. It's very, very important that training, look, if anybody does this and you don't think training is important, well then you're just playing with this thing. You're not really serious. What I needed to do is to learn from the best people I could. That's what I did. I wanted to, some of the people that I met, I wanted to I wanted to think differently, I wanted to live differently, I wanted to earn differently. How many people can relate to that? I mean, is that it? Isn't that true? But my mentor told me a long time ago is that if you want things to change, you need to change. If you want things to get better, you need to get better. If you want to have more in life, then you need to become more in life. Don't wish things were easier, just wish you were better. You can't get to where you want to go by remaining who you currently are. That's the reason why I wanted to be a millionaire. It wasn't because of the money, it's what I needed to become in order to be the person to receive the money. Does that make sense, everybody? And so I have to tell you folks from my heart that the company is putting out to all of you 1 million pesos. Somebody in this room is going to have the ability to earn that money and to be the first. I am going to tell you this, folks. I want to plant a seed with you, plant a seed of prosperity in your heart, is that it doesn't happen on its own. You've got to work very, very hard. You can't get great results without working very hard. And if you have the right system and you implement your work ethic with the right system, day after day, week after week, and month after month, I promise you within 2 years, your income will radically change. You will have people that have the right values for how to build it. And because you taught the kind of attitude you need to have, the kind of belief structure you need to have, the kind of commitment level you need to have, and you hang out with the people that want it as bad as you. There's nothing that can stop you but you.